What is it with the marriage as being so high in tradition?
What do you do if you're doing the the person has a tattoo?
See that again?
If you're cleaning and you realize the person has a tattoo, and they're Jewish and they're planning to go to Mount Sinai to bury him. Has that occurred?
I don't know, but I know that, you know, the theory is that they have a tattoo that's an insult to the body and that we should get. I'll be honest with you, the decision was up to me, David. I would probably do it.
But it's not your decision, it's...
Well, I'd have to confer with Mount Sinai as well.
And who is Mount Sinai? Who oversees?
Well, they just had a change. They just had a change in leadership. The new board of directors have taken that over. The president is Harvey Elovich. Jerry Sherry is the treasurer. You know, this is run by volunteers.
Do they have a rabbi who supervises this?
We have a rabbi that supervises the men as far as tires go. As far as burials. It depends on whether, some families, it's interesting, a lot of families now are opting out of religious burials, meaning they don't want a rabbi. And we'll do the service. I'm not trying to make any business with any rabbis, but we're also, it's very interesting, a lot of, I mean, there's a trend now, somewhat back, I call it back to the future. There's a push not only for green burials, there's a push now for home funerals, of having the body in the home rather than in the funeral home, and of having a service that's conducted by the family rather than the clergy. And with all due respect, Jerry Sherry back there can sing an El Mole as soon as any rabbi. So we're not promoting it, but you brought up the question, and it's not required to have a rabbi.
Well, I always considered those religious burials. It would never have occurred to me that that was not a religious burial.
What's that?
When you or Jerry or Gary does the service, a rabbi doesn't. We're Jews. A rabbi doesn't make it holy.
One thing, you do not need a rabbi to perform a ceremony, a burial. You need someone, if you wish a quote kosher burial, that the body is properly prepared, properly laid to rest, and that the proper prayers have been said in the language you desire. This can all be done in English if that's what you want. If you're in France, they'll do it in French. If you're in Italy, you'll get an Italian casket.
So things have changed. And I think that we now sometimes take more control of our destiny and decide what we want. When people come in for prearrangements, I'll ask them who they want for rabbi. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but there was a significant demographic study done by the Jewish Community Alliance in Portland, in York and Cumberland County. 57% of Jews in York and Cumberland County are not affiliated. So we get a lot of people who are not affiliated.
This may be really out there, so forgive me if it's
No,
just taking
fine.
it somewhere. If you wanted to donate your body, say, to medicine, to medical school, how does that work? I mean,
Well,
certainly the timing would comply with.
Well, I think in that instance, we would be hands-off on our part. I mean, we make arrangements with the medical school, and they make arrangements to transport you.
And then, but when they're done with your body, if you were to, they don't have a funeral after the fact.
We never encountered it. Jerry? Yeah, you know,
We had a friend, he happened to have been a minister, but it was his desire, and his body was given to a medical school with the proviso that when they were done, it would be properly and respectfully taken care of. In other words, do what you want with me, take my remains and treat them properly.
To answer your question, if we were confronted with that issue, there'd be no question in my mind that we would bury her, because it was a mitzvah what they did.
Right.
It's a good deed.
I'm not a physician, but I did do work with several cadavers, and
Yeah.
my sense was that, we were very respectful, and that they were then going to be returned to their families and buried in some way.
It's almost like an organ donation. It's
Right.
what it is. It's a body donation. So we would look kindly on that.
Is there a listing of Jewish cemeteries in the area?
Well, I can tell you the three
The
that I know.
question.
There's three in Portland. There's Mount Sinai, that's an Orthodox cemetery. There's Mount Carmel, that's an Orthodox cemetery. And then there's Temple Bethel Memorial Park, that's a conservative cemetery.
Where does Benham get buried?
In Temple Bethel, they have their section there.
And there's nothing south of Portland?
No.
Would you transfer up to the Auburn Cemetery?
Oh, sure, we've done that many times.
And what kind of, what is that affiliated with any, is it
What's-
conservative or reformed?
No, I've never been in the Auburn Cemetery, so I couldn't tell you. You'd
I
have
think
to
it's
call and see
conservative.
about it.
They have
Oh,
two
it's-
conservative temples.
It's conservative?
I believe so, yes.
But you can always call us, and we're happy to find out any information you need. Our number's on here, but it's 774-3733.
Could someone from the synagogue access any of those three cemeteries?
Say that again?
Could someone from this synagogue have access to any of those three
Oh,
cemeteries?
sure, we buried the Rubens in Temple Bethel Cemetery, and many animals, and many former congregants who were buried in Mount Sinai.
Yeah. that's
So
the
it's
only one I
it's
know.
not geographically restricted. If you're Jewish, that's all that counts.
So is part of pre-arrangement also arranging at the same time for a plot?
Yeah, you can, that's up to you.
But not necessarily,
Not
because
necessarily.
they're really two separate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We can certainly help you if you want to.
You can help facilitate
Oh,
that.
absolutely, yeah.
Darrell, are you comfortable addressing costs at all, giving us any
Sure,
idea
I can
as
tell
to
you.
what the
An Orthodox,
expectations
yeah,
are?
That's a good question. An
I'm the
Orthodox-
treasurer.
What's that?
I'm the treasurer, I have to
Oh,
ask them.
that's fine. Today, a traditional, what we call a kosher funeral service would cost you $4,130. What that does not include, is cost of a rabbi if you so desire to have one. Although, unfortunately, you don't have a rabbi, but we can always arrange one. Scott Rappaport came down to do Dr. Osher's. It does not include opening and closing the grave, which is about $750.
Or the plot?
And the plot. The plots range anywhere from $1,200 to, Jerry, how much is Temple Bethel, do you know?
The last I heard, they were 3,000. Now, I think that was a grain of salt.
But that, the opening and closing is the, and is that year round?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, but that can vary depending on when.
Mount Sinai, I think, charges an additional $50 if it's winter burial. The other thing
If it's
you have
what,
to
I'm
take-
sorry?
Winter burial.
Oh.
$50 for the winter.
Temple Bethel, if they require a cement grave liner, that's $550. And the only other cost you have, which is somewhat minimal, death certificates, if you need those, and the cost of the obituary.
So the 4130 in this case,
does not-
casket and everything.
Casket, our services, Tahara.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Basic service.
I recall with my dad that the